is regarded as one of the most historically significant games in college football. The University of Alabama versus the University of Southern California game is credited to the integration of the Alabama Crimson Tide football team. The game is still talked about in classrooms and communities around the nation. But what if someone told you that game didn't integrate Crimson Tide football? The contest between Alabama and University of Southern California on September 12, 1970 is well recorded as a game that changed race relations in football at the Capstone. But Paul Bryant Museum's curator, Taylor Watson, says that's absolutely false.
It's the biggest myth in college football.
While many believe that the 42-21 rout by USC prompted Alabama's football coach Paul Bryant to ask the Alabama Board of Trustees to integrate the team, there was one African American sitting in the stands who was already a part of the Crimson Tide.
If this game integrated the University of Alabama, then what is Wilbur Jackson, who was already on the team, sitting in the stands because he was a freshman? Freshman could not play on the varsity until 72 or 73.
Alabama was the first team in Associated Poll history to be a preseason number 1, finished undefeated and untied, but finished third at the end of the year. The Tide finished behind Notre Dame and Michigan State, who both had no losses, but it tied to each of the records. Watson says Bryant believed they finished third for one reason.
Coach Bryant believed, and rightfully so, part of the reason was because we were a segregated team. We were all white in '66. And some of the posters refused to vote for an all-white team. Bryant really realized in '66 that he had to integrate the football team.
A year after finishing third in the AP poll, 5 African-American players walked on the football team in the spring, and the following year, Alabama recruited 3 other young men, but they declined the offer. But many students like sophomore Taylor Jackson, whose parents remember segregation at Alabama, doesn't necessarily believe that the Tide was already integrated before the game.
I find it hard to believe that they were already integrated prior to the USC game because, where's the proof? If these guys were on the team, why weren't they playing? I just don't find it believable that it was so many black people on the team that just were on the bench the whole time.
The former Alabama walk-on Cameron Daly thinks otherwise.
I don't know if the USC and Alabama game is truthful or not, but I've always heard that Bear Bryant wanted to integrate before he actually integrated the team, but he wasn't sure if the Board of Trustees was going to allow it. So I feel like he always had it in his heart to integrate, and when he did, it really opened the doors for a lot of athletes of different races and ethnicities on campus.
Many have their opinions about when the Crimson Tide football team integrated. Some students never knew about the legendary contest and the rumors that surrounded it.
I've heard about the Alabama versus USC game that integrated football plays into the South, but I didn't know there was rumors that denied this integration.
Reporting for APR, I'm Danita Mathis.